Well, seems like Shoma isn't as naive as he looks. Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about episode 15 of Kamen Rider Gavv. So we start out where we left off last time with Nyelv and Suga meeting each other, and he actually interestingly calls them Nyelv-kun, which just shows how familiar they are with one another. As he thanks him for the gifts that he gave him, which I'm going to get is the organ that he put inside a Hunter. And Nyelv tells him that Shoma has evolved further, which seems to interest Suga a lot, and to make another trade, with Nyelv presenting another organ and some gochiso that Suga will use. And we later turn to Amane preparing to leave as Shoma asks a little question about a book he's reading called The Gift of the Magi. It's a famous story about a woman losing her hair to give her husband a necklace for her watch, and then the husband selling his watch to get the wife some hair clippers. Ironic twist. But yeah, he's trying to say that he doesn't understand that the wife and husband can't really enjoy their gifts at all, and that it's a waste. And Emma explains how their love for one another was the true gift all along, and also it's the thought that counts. Which could be some foreshadowing later for the book. As Shoma seems to get it finally, as he asks Amane if she wants anything, as she said that she doesn't really want anything, as he decides that maybe she should ask Hanta instead if he wants a gift. Speaking of Hanta, we actually see him walk around thinking about Rojo escaping last episode as he bumps into Shoma dressed as a reindeer as he and Mane are working for a Christmas raffle. And it seems to be Shoma's chance as he gives him one of his Yule gochiso that he made back in episode 13. And Hanta thanks him for it, but Shoma thinks that it's not actually enough and not too different from a regular gift. And he decides to plan for giving him something more grand. And he wanted to ask for Hanta's help, which he does, and he just dresses up as a reindeer as well. It's pretty funny to see. And we see Rojo with an agent, as the agent tells her that he didn't give him any good compression at all, no good quality, and doesn't actually give him any dark treats for the bad quality, as Rojo just complained about Longo's leadership over the past few weeks and wonder what he's gonna do, and he sees the writer working and he decides to smile, thinking of a plan. A little briefly, also the intro actually shows that when the 5 siblings are together, Shita actually disappears from the intro now. So pretty cool to see. Hopefully we actually see more of the siblings disappearing as they seem to die one after the other. Hopefully we'll see more of that in the future. Anyway, after the intro, it calms down a little bit in the shop, but Hunter decides to leave as Shoma tried to get him to stay in order to give him some gift, until they see Rojo playing out in the open, which is where Rojo actually like to be alone, and Rojo actually sees them and pretends to be shocked and leaves, fleeing from them, and the riot chase after them as Shoma wanted to take a little dump, but he tried to take a huge dump and had to use it as an excuse. And the Maya takes over the shop and actually struggles as a lot of customers come in, which is pretty funny to see. Our writers go to find Rojo as he decides to follow Shoma, interestingly enough, and after that we see a brief scene of Jeep in an abandoned building under the rain, thinking about Shita's death last episode, holding to her transformation gear. We just say that maybe she'll probably start talking to it like some sort of ghost or something, rather than keep herself sane or something. I don't know, it seems kind of creepy that they're playing it up in one scene. Thinking of Shita's death, Lage and Glota get informed the news, and they're pretty much shocked that, not really that she's dead, mostly the fact that she lost to Shoma of all people. And doesn't get informed Nyelv is actually investigating where Jeep is, but yeah, calling Cap right now that no, he's not. And it seems like the 2 siblings also realize that that's not true either, as they know their brother, saying that they're not investigating at all. And they complain about Nyelv's little method. Speaking of his method, we actually see him take out a new item to experiment on, and it turns out it's actually a pudding. And he seems to be thanking Sheeta death for the new experiment, which just say it just gives off final villain vibes, or at the very least giving him some sort of Ryoma vibe from Kamen Rider Guy. If I remember correctly, that's his name, Kamen Rider Do, if you don't know, giving him some sort of that vibe. But anyway, he takes out the pudding, and the flashback shows him getting it from Suga, and he tried to eat it, not seeming to like it at all, and he tried to figure out why humans like it at all, and also trying to figure out why this is the source of Shoma's power. After all, Hanta, even eating some chocolate, he gets some data from Suga, and he starts to experiment on a pudding. It seems to be making our treachery writer, Kamen Rider Vlam. I think that's what it did, or something like that we saw from the leak. And saying it seemed to fit him specifically. So I'm gonna get probably Lage 9 or something like that. That's what I'm gonna get that who he's trying to talk about. Meanwhile, Shoma runs around trying to find Rojo, as Rojo decides to let himself be seen as he kicks a can to make it look like he's escaping from him. As Shoma transforms to fight, and he started a little speech, of dropping treats forever or die. As funny enough, Rojo actually said he'll stop eating treats. As Shoma prepared to fight, but then just stops midway, and even the song "Eat Me" stops playing as well in the background. It's pretty funny reacting. He's pretty shocked that somebody actually said yes, that they want to be saved. Rojo said that he wants to quit begging Shoma to help him out. As they go near to a little bayou, and he explains how he's worked for them for 20 years, getting some dark treats in the process. As Shoma actually reprimands him, saying that, all the harm he's caused to people should not be forgotten. As Rojo tried to beg himself, saying that he understands it now, wants to atone for it, and tried to say that that's the reason why he wanted to quit, saying that he won't hurt people anymore for dark treats, as long as he helps them get out of this situation. Hunter arrives and blasts Rojo, and about to transform, as Shoma just steps in, stop him. Rojo just flees through the bayou, doing a really fast edit. And both of them just go back to their hideout, which is probably, Amane's house, arguing about Rojo's decision, and Hunter doesn't believe it. And Shoma even has his own doubts as well. And Shoma thinks some Granute follow orders. Hunter actually asks if it's stomach, and shocking Shoma that he knows what stomach is. Even shocking Hunter thinking that he didn't actually tell him all the information and started to ask what he's hiding as well. And Shoma started thinking more about Rojo's proposal. And Hunter pretty much just doubts it altogether. Just thinks he's lying. Especially says, the fact that both of their mother have been lost to the Granute, thinking that they shouldn't trust them at all. Saying that he won't forgive them. And Shoma is just about to follow the higher up and not to follow the employee, but Hunter actually said that's not true, that everybody ends up following. He actually tried to leave. And Shoma asked if the Granute had nothing to do with Dark Tree, will he actually be friends with them? And Hunter actually said that no. Said he'll eradicate them all. We'll just say that maybe Yuya Takashi probably took over and actually wrote that line. I'm just saying, it's very familiar to one of Yuya Takashi's trope in one of his writer seasons. But anyway, after saying he will eradicate them all, we see the saddened Shoma. Amane walks in tired as she just complains about the fact that both of them left, as he tried to invite Hunter to a Christmas party they're having later in the week. As he said no and decided to leave, as Shoma just sits down conflicted over their whole conversation. As the camera pans to the book The Gift of the Magi, but that's a foreshadowing to probably the relationship between Hunter and Shoma later down the line, probably next episode. After that, we see Jeep still sad about Sheeta death as Rojo comes in, and he tells him about a plan he has come up and needs Jeep's help. And we see a strange hat man go into a courtroom, as the view is actually Lage 9, which is called Lage for the rest of the video. It's actually human form, and it's actually finally modified by Nyelv to have a human disguise, which interestingly, it is played by the actor who voices him, who Kirami Silver, Koki, Shoji. And Lango tells him what his job is, also to give him some sort of manual and tell him what to do. And later get the disguise from Nyelv and get dragged out into the human world with a bag over him, trying to make sure that he doesn't know where he's going. And he takes it out to the human world, and he also gets informed that to beware of the writer as well. I like to complain about needing to work for Dark Tree, but it doesn't really matter right now. And he decides to transform into Granute form in the courtroom. And interestingly, he has the unique power of the jellyfish, and he makes a jellyfish stinger make everybody seem to force a smile. Maybe try to force them to have happy thoughts or something like that to make it high quality, because when he compresses them all, they have the little yellow aura around them, making me think they're actually high quality or something like that. So yeah, hopefully in the future there we'll actually see that it's probably forced them to see happy memory, happy thought in order to make the compression easier for him to kidnap people. Anyway, Shoma meets with Dente about Rojo's situation, and Dente doesn't really believe it either, and he said that you can't really beat the temptation of a Dark Tree, and they probably don't want to quit at all, and we get silent in a way and just disappear when you least expect it. When silent means killed. You don't actually get out of the job at all when you work for the stomach. And the coach calls him, telling him about Rojo, but he decided to leave to find out what's happening, and Hunter also tried to look around for Rojo as well, thinking about Shoma's conversation in words, saying that he'll just drag Shoma from being duped. As Shoma sees Rojo being attacked by Jeep agent, and he transforms to fight them off, until Rojo backstabs him by attacking him from the back. And he tells Shoma that he's naive, saying that he doesn't want to give up Dark Trees at all. As Shoma felt like he was lying a little bit, as Shoma actually mad that a Granute who doesn't attack human doesn't exist, is just disappointed by it. As he just catches one of his punches and just transforms to caking form, saying that it's a shame that he had to kill him now. Well, as you do I like that Shoma was naive. It's not naive to a degree that he'll actually blindly believe somebody. So I actually like the naivety, actually a little bit more warranted, actually decide that he's wrong and he's just getting ready to kill him. So I do like Shoma's character. I really do like this form of naivety. It's worked really well for his character. As he fights in the caking form, fights them off and the agent. It's a really cool fight. We actually see him actually just overwhelm them easily as he actually activates his new ability by inserting potato and chokodon gochuzo into the little piping bag store. And he uses some sort of decoration power in order to summon some of his paws with the form's weapon. Like he actually see one of them with the Zakuzaku chip blade and the chokodon gun. But it's really cool to see and they actually help him fight again with Rojo and the agent. And it's pretty cool to see how the form look with the weapon, but still keeping the design of the pawn design. As you overpowered everyone until Rojo flees, as Hunter comes around to chase after Rojo, as Shoma decided to deal with the agent. And Hunter understands, I told you so moment. After a very cool transformation into Valen by, attacking Rojo, by dragging him down into the floor, which it looked really cool. Oh, I actually really like they just dragged him down to the floor. It looks really cool. I really like the transformation of Valen in this episode. And he starts to fight against him, but actually starts to get the agent to drag him out. And they actually fight him for the first time, technically speaking. Last time he didn't really fight them. He just tried to run away from them. And this time he finally fighting the agent for the first time. As Shoma defeats his own agent opponent with his own finisher, which looked really cool, and the pawn just there for emotional support. Wondering why Jeep agents are there in the first place. And Hunter struggled against his own agent and he tried to turn to the UOK form, but one of the agents grabbed the Gochuzo, stopping him from transforming into that form. And Rojo just heats up his body to make his own finisher by charging himself up by sidestepping a lot, which is just a serious sidestepping. It just reminds me of One Punch Man. Crashing into Hunter, knocking him out of his transformation. And Rojo planned to compress him in order to take him to stomach in. He probably gets some more payment, stomping him until he's just unconscious. As Shoma comes in and tries to see Hanta down. He screams out his name at the episode end. Overall, it was a really good episode. Not as good as the last one. I do like the setup between Shoma and Hanta, different philosophy, and how, Hanta embodied Yu Yu Takahashi trope. I wanted to eradicate them, boot the bus or something like that. I can't speak Japanese, I'm so sorry. Also interesting that Lage, a little thing about how he trying to force people to smile. Hopefully that comes into play later on in the season. Hopefully we get an explanation for it, depending on the next episode preview about what's being created, and also the fact that there's a comment how Lage is actually an essential worker or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. Also more about Shoma and Hanta arguing. I can't wait to see more of the division between Hanta and Shoma. And Hanta actually figured out Shoma might be a Granute. We'll have to wait and see. Overall, I can't wait to see more Nyelv. I can't wait to see Gavv. He start to interact more, especially that he probably wants to have revenge against Shoma, so apparently we'll be helping Rojo. Probably next episode. We'll have to wait and see how Gavv's gonna crash out. Not much to say. Really like this episode. Can't wait for more. Especially that Hanta just get knocked down over and over again because, Hanta really needs a power up. He can't just be the punching bag for this season right now. It is funny to see, but still, he needs a power up. Anyway, not much to say. Really like the episode. Rating wise, I give it a 7.6 out of 10. What do you guys think? You like the episode or do you not? What do you think about Shoma and Hanta interaction? Also, what do you think about Nyelv preparing a new transformation gear probably for Lage, and also Lage's method of work? Maybe actually think interesting. Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more Kamen Rider Gavv content. Peace.